number one question for us is, why did you bring the team up to the coast this week?
I do it every year. Every year we come up to the Central Coast, obviously home away from home for the Roosters, with the Central Coast Roosters bringing home games, trial games up here. And we always try and train on the ground and spend the time at sort of Avoca and Erina and just that post-origin camp for us.
Are you hoping to get out of are you hoping getting out of the hustle and bustle of Sydney can help the guys really knuckle down on the back end of the season?
Yeah, we organised this 6 months ago. It's post-origin, people are usually scattered for 6-8 weeks. It's just a good one to regroup them and get a clear focus for the back end of the year. So enjoyed it. Now it's time to play on Saturday.
The match against Manly almost feels make or break for both sides in the race for 8. Does it feel like that to you guys?
Yeah, it's pretty important. It's a pretty important game. We understand that. There's always there's a continual search to play your best, and that's never ending. You want to do that every week, so that's still pretty clear for us. But we also understand if we want to do something this year, it's a pretty important game on Saturday to get going, play great footy and pick up a couple of points. It's come time for that, so you don't want to shy away from that challenge, and it's right here for us.
Hugo returns this week. You had no hesitation to bring him straight back into the side.
No.
Nice.
No.
And Victor Radley is named in the reserves. Yeah, is he still in a chance to play this weekend?
Yeah, he had a fitness test. We'll get one last look at him tomorrow. He's been sort of touch and go for this week, but progressing actually better than we expected, which is why he was in that number. And we need to sort of tick it off tomorrow. But he's heading in the right direction, which is good, but we just want to make sure it's 100% right.
That's all from me.
Robbo, you've been through your remaining games and kind of counted up how many wins you might need to make the finals, or is it just one game at a time?
No, haven't done that from a wins perspective. You start to jump at shadows when it comes to the other teams that are playing, but I know that we play Manly, who are just above us this weekend, and Dolphins next weekend, and they're pretty important games, these next 2 games.
Okay, and obviously up against Manly, up against Daly, Cherry Evans, that's going to be a bit of a talking point.
Yeah.
I don't suppose there's any update there, or?
There is no update. No, I knew it's definitely a talking point. I've seen that already, but that's a bit of a sideshow to what really matters this weekend for us.
How about, I've seen a bit of commentary saying, why don't they just come out and announce it, Daly or yourselves, I suppose, but I guess it's up to him and the club to announce it when they see fit, isn't it?
Yeah, nothing's been signed or anything like that, so as I said, those conversations will take place when they need to, but this week's not the week either. I don't think we're going to agree to anything this week or sign anything this week, so it's that'll come in its due course, but I think both our focuses is on playing footy and doing the best we can this weekend and for the rest of the year.
And obviously the finals are, your goal. If you weren't to make the finals, would that make this year necessarily a disappointment or a failure, I suppose, or is it all about, next year's going to be even bigger and better?
Well, I think, I think we openly say that we want to play for premierships. And what does that look like? Are you developing a team to play for premierships? And I can see that in the group that we've got, and I feel like we're developing that, and we want that as soon as possible. And so, I think that's the continual process. It's not just to play a game in the finals and pat yourself on the back and move out. It's whether we're playing for premierships. There's a difference, and we're pretty focused on the reason we're doing things to move towards that, why we're developing the players, and so there's no difference for that, and I feel like we're heading towards one in the future, and we want that to come as soon as possible.
And Manly, what's their main worries for you on the weekend?
I think they've had some obviously a good win against Melbourne, and then good start against Canterbury, and Canterbury did really well to finish them off there. Yeah, I don't think there's anything there. We've played against enough of those players. There's been a consistency in their team. We know them well. It's just who wants it more, really. I mean, we know the style of plays. It's just who's hungry enough to go and get that win and to keep going in this competition.
And just one last one. There was something I think written today that the club's in talks about extending James Tedesco's contract and to try and sort of, I guess, keep Perth out of the mix. How important is it to keep Teddy at the club for the rest of his career?
Yeah, I don't know about those talks. Not that I know of. I know his manager's overseas, and I don't know about that. But it's a pretty easy answer from my point of view. We're not looking at anyone else. He's clearly our captain and our number one, and we've got some young guys that are developing in the future, but our current fullback and our future one for the next few years is Teddy, so that's a pretty easy choice.
Have you ever seen him play better?
I think he's won, I don't know, 6 or 7 out of the 8 sort of players of the year. Yeah, it's hard to differentiate. There's such a high level that he's playing, and his leadership that mixed in with that. He's in good form, but there's that continual improvement that he wants as well in his style of play. So I like the hunger each week, that the conversations they are to get better, and they'll keep continuing until he doesn't tie those laces anymore.
How about not just your club, but every club? How much with Perth coming in and then PNG? How important is it to sort of tie up players, ahead of time, I suppose, just to make sure they're not getting tempted by those sort of clubs coming in?
Yeah, I think it's great for the competition that they're coming in. It makes clubs be really aware of planning for the future really well, and if you're clear on what your team looks like, not in 2026, but in 27, 28, 29, then you're going to plan towards that and sign those players. So, yeah, I think the competition creates better planning for the clubs currently in the competition, so I think that's a good thing.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Great.
Great, thank you.
Thanks.